Well, hello everyone, and welcome to RLH's season 4 of Formula 2, and we are here in Suzuka watching the one-shot quali, which will take us to a 20-car grid. We already have MC Gamer and Turbo Clausen retiring from the session. We have Boss Mods leading for now, and Wesley hot on his tail. We're gonna stay with Wesley for now as he approaches the last corner of the track and see what he can do. And he will take P2 as expected, just behind Boss Mods. This is a surprise. Wesley is usually extremely good in Formula 2. He is followed by Benny, Puma, Kappa, another surprise appearance in Formula 2 with a very good slot on the grid for himself. We're going to go through the grid in just a moment's time. So we have Boss Mods in pole position for the future race, and getting himself the 4 points awarded for pole position. For this race, we have Wesley alongside him on the first row of the grid. Ben, Bruma, Kappa, Cockney Joe, Big Bear, Magic Poop Cannon, Brent, and Jordan rounding up the top 10. They are followed closely by Phil McConaughey, Fretty, Multirab, Marius Daniel, Skipper, Bogarovsky, Fesco, and Asmit, MC Gamer, and Turbo Clausen, who have most likely invalidated their lap. So we have a full grid tonight. This is a very, very nice start of the season. Obviously, we're gonna see. We have two races tonight. We have two 50% races. The future race, which will be in the rain. We are just noticing it's pouring cats and dogs in Suzuka. So this is going to be all the more interesting. It seems the drivers are hearing me, so I'm gonna have to do something about it. Let's see if... Okay, so we're gonna set out the formation lap, trying to fix this really fast. Should be fixed right now. So it's pouring out there, so let's see. Drivers are in full wets, obviously, so it's going to be an interesting start. So we have to understand there's a lot of drivers on the grid that have never raced Formula 2 or extremely rarely. So this is going to be a real challenge for some of them. We do have Wesley and Ben obviously, that are who are experienced. Ben also really enjoys Formula 2. We also have Bruma. We have Magic Poop Cannon, who's raced Formula 2 before. We also obviously have Fretty, who's very experienced and one of the most experienced drivers in RLH. But we have a lot of first timers. We actually have Cut My Joe. Never seen him on the grid of Formula 2. Big Bear. We have Multirab. We have Marius Daniel. Obviously, we have Asmit. Bogarovsky is again one of the most experienced drivers we have. So here we go. Let's watch the start of this race. Can't see the lights really good, obviously, but hopefully. And we do have lights, can't see them, but there they are, and we have lights, and we're stuck on the grid. No, we are away, and we are away in this race. Already fights in T1. Hopefully everyone has gone away cleanly so far. Extremely good actually. Oh, this is Fisco dropping it for a bit. But other than that, everyone has slotted nicely. Ben has just managed to steal the position from Wesley, who is now running in third. Some guys have lost a few positions. Wesley dropped it, and he is now P7. Wesley had some sort of a mishap, but all good so far. Big Bear. We're watching Big Bear from Magic's cockpit now. Big Bear is our C6 Formula 1 champion by a huge margin. He has seen an incredible development this season. These are extremely challenging conditions. Again, Kappa, one of the most improved drivers in RLH, just finished his first Formula 1 season in P5, if I'm not mistaken. Already running third in Formula 2, and this is a good start of the race for him. Obviously, we have Ben and Bossmot, teammates for Carlin, and again, they were teammates in Formula 1, with Ben being the champion of C3. We see Bruma trying to get the position from Kappa. That's a bit of a wheel banging there. Bossmot, oh my, Bossmot lost it. And we have Bruma slotting himself into P2 instead of Kappa. They have both, well, won and lost the position, but Bruma has won 2 positions. Already gaps throughout the field. We're gonna go a bit to the field in the back. Of course, the timing board has gone mad. Thank you, Codemasters. Awesome job, awesome job from the guys building the timing sheets. Always helpful. Oh, Big Bear, just use the brakes there. We have to remember that this is only the future race. We have 15 laps of racing, and we will go to the sprint right after that, which will see a reversed grid. With the 8th place going to pole position. MC Gamer right in the back of Wesley. He is in his gearbox. He is gonna go for the overtake. Does Wesley have wing damage? I think he does, because he's all over the place and clearly hindering MC Gamer, who's a lot faster. Turbo Clausen has managed to get past Phil, but this battle is not over between Wesley and MC Gamer. They're really close to each other, and MC Gamer is struggling to get past, and he's making a very courageous move on the outside, looking there. That was not the ideal line to take. Oh, a bit late on the brakes there. And he does manage to stop the car on time. I could have sworn he's not going to. Wesley still fights back. There's a lot of pressure. I want to move away from this battle. I want to see what everybody else on the grid is doing, but these drivers are just at it for 2 laps now, and they don't seem... Has Wesley made room for MC Gamer for a pass? Wheel to wheel, and Wesley again manages to stay just a bit out in front, and again goes wide. And yes, he does make room for MC Gamer to make the move and get past. And comes back again. Wesley again slots ahead of MC Gamer. This is a very, very entertaining battle. And yes, it is for P8, but let's not forget it is actually for pole in the sprint race. So this is an extremely important position between P8 and P9. There's a world apart. Ben has actually slotted behind his teammate. I don't know if we have team orders here. I don't know if they will try to not upset the balance and just let the leader lead. But this is clearly turning into a sprint race. I don't see anyone pitting unless they have to. Oh! Phil has lost the car. We have just caught the moment. I don't know if that's going to be wing damage there. Yes, it is. He's missing an end plate. That's a big chunk of his aero capability. And Bogarovsky has just managed to get past. Bogarovsky, an experienced Formula 2 driver. Driving Luca Giotto's car from Uni Virtuosi. Wesley has again managed to pass MC Gamer, and he has now managed to create a small gap for himself. With Big Bear trying to make the move on Magic Poop Cannon 4P5, the MP Motorsport driver looking to make the move. I'm pretty sure that the Carlin boys are just playing it safe. They saw the gap they have behind, and they're just going for the big points tonight. Have to understand, these cars are incredibly hard to drive. This is not a walk in the park, especially coming from the grip and the downforce the Formula 1 cars have. The amount of brake pressure applied there, it's incredibly hard to find that sweet spot especially after racing an entire season in Formula 1. MC Gamer again coming to Wesley again, fighting it out for that elusive pole position in the sprint race and making the move. I'm not gonna say he's gonna keep it because they have changed positions so many times so far. And we're only in lap 5, we still have 10 laps to go. Big Bear managing to catch Magic Poop Can once again in the spoon. Wesley gets himself a time penalty, and this is gonna make life for MC Gamer a lot easier from now on. He's going to drive a lot more confident, a lot more with less pressure from him. Big Bear just a bit late on the brakes there, locks up, gives Magic a love tap, and while Magic manages to get past Kappa, and also Big Bear trying to make the same move himself, trying to keep behind Magic. Kappa trying to keep it there. This is gonna be these are three drivers of very similar aptitudes, so this is gonna make it even harder for them to overtake one another. Mario Daniel manages to just... Oh, we have Turbo Clausen in the background. Spun round. So unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, the Carlin boys are just... Oh my, Turbo Clausen hasn't moved the car from where he parked it. Got himself disqualified. Meanwhile, the Carlin boys are playing it safe. It's clear what they're doing, and it's working because Ben is skipping in Boss Mott's slipstream, and they are pulling away from Bruma bit by bit. Already a 7-second gap, which is more than enough to keep it steady. Obviously, they're not gonna pit. The wet tire is gonna go to the end for sure. Meanwhile, we have a small train formed of Magic Poop Cannon, Kappa, and Big Bear. With Brent hot on their heels, so Brent is not to be discounted, another experienced driver. Hazmit in the pits retiring, and we have a yellow track. Is it a safety car? I'm not seeing it yet, but seeing everyone in the box, it's pretty clear to me that this has to be a safety car, because everyone... Cotton Eye Joe just plowed Phil. This is clearly a safety car, because yeah, safety car. I don't have the message on screen, but I just saw the monitors on track. So yeah, we have a full safety car. Will the Carlin boys... I just keep trying to say Mercedes boys, but they're the Carlin boys now. Will they choose to pit? Bruma is behind them, and this is an extremely important decision because the wet tire is gonna go to the end. So basically pitting is not going to get you the advantage you want. Oh my! Big Bear has gotten himself a drive-through, and another driver, but I haven't seen who. Kappa and Big Bear both with drive-through penalties. This is gonna be so infuriating for them. Delta and Delta is so extremely important to keep, and this is oh my, they are going to be furious. Kappa? Bosmos has left the session. Oh no. Kappa hitting Magic. Has to pit again now for the wing. Also a 5-second penalty. His race is doomed. And I think because Bosmos left the session, maybe got disconnected or somehow, his AI decided to pit. I don't know if that's what he wanted. Did Bosmos actually want to do that? I have no clue. So we have Ben in the lead. Old tires. Well, basically everyone is... except Bosmos. And Jordan, everyone in the top 10 are on old tires. It's not worth it to give up track position for a new wet tire because the gain will not be massive in the rain. So we have Ben in the lead, followed by Bruma in P2. Magic Poop Cannon somehow got himself to P3 and will have Brent on his back pretty soon because Big Bear is gonna have to serve that drive-through. Obviously Brent in the Prima, right behind Big Bear, but he will be behind Magic. MC Gamer promoted to P6 and will be promoted to P5, actually. Bosmos, who has left the session, and I hope he's back, and I do hope he's in control, but really, I doubt that pit stop was made by him, and I'm pretty sure it was made by his AI. We have Bogorovsky gotten himself to P8, going extremely slowly, somehow trying to make the call to go in or not, maybe? I don't know. But he stays up. His teammate from Uni Virtuosi, Fisco, in P9. Jordan P10, and we have the rest of the grid. Wesley demoted P12. Kappa still to serve drive-through. You can't serve a drive-through during safety car periods. I'm going to pause really fast and try to invite Bosmos. Because he is still not... oh my. Unfortunately, Bosmos is not. Unfortunately, Bosmos doesn't seem to be in the session. Look at MC Gamer, 14 positions gained. He's in P5. And with everything to fight for, because clearly they're gonna be racing pretty soon. safety car is staying out for another lap. The field is quite severed, so it needs to bunch up. Needs to get drivers closer to one another, and we have a lot of finally Bosmos managed to join. Yeah, this is gonna piss him off, losing the lead because of a disconnection is not what you want to have. He does own the fastest lap of the race, but this should change pretty soon with fuel becoming less and less and cars lighter. Field is still not bunched up, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna go this lap because we've already had a few laps under the safety car. Yep, safety car in this lap. We do have the message and we are ready to go racing again. Marius Daniel trying his best to catch the field, and he will right in the nick of time. Unfortunately for Phil, he's not going to be there when the field accelerates. Skipper and Cotton Eye Joe have no chance of doing that, but Ben is now running away and he is on the throttle. Bruma hot on his heels. Magic had a good restart. And he's right in the back of Bruma. Brenton P4 watching from afar. MC Gamer P19 to P5 so far has had an amazing race. Has to hold on for 4 more laps to get himself a very, very good and unexpected result. Bossmots, the unfortunate leader from before the safety car arrived, is now lying 6th with Bogarovsky in P7. Big Bear still to serve a drive-through, tries to get past Bogarovsky, and he gets spun round. And this is his race clearly over, unfortunately. Bossmots looking to make a move on MC Gamer, right on his tail. This long train of cars. Any mistake is going to get you down the field quite a lot, and Bossmots makes the move. They are wheel to wheel. Don't bang wheels, not in this rain. This is not going to be good. MC Gamer has seen wheel-to-wheel fights all around this race. First Wesley, now Bossmots. He has been under incredible stress, but Ben snatches that fastest lap from Bossmots, and he's now leading and gets the fastest lap as well. Kapapa will be going in to serve that drive-through. Also Big Bear doing this same. Will Bosmos manage to get past MC Gamer and Brent and try to salvage something from this race? From what I've seen now, this is the first round only of the championship, but this is a very competitive field right now. Oh, MC Gamer gets himself a time penalty, and this is gonna cost him quite a lot. He'll either manage to get past Brent and run away in the sunset, try and build a gap. Oh, Bosmos and MC Gamer managed to get past Brent. Right now, Bosmos can't salvage a podium out of this, so he needs to take it slow. He doesn't have any penalties, has 2 cars in front of him with penalties. All he has to do is, well, drive his ass off and don't get penalized. Again, going on the outside here, and whoa, manages to make that move. Can he make it? And he does make the move. Good job, Bosmos. Going on to chase Magic while Ben improves on his fastest lap. Brent coming back to reclaim that 5th spot. Bogarowski sitting pretty in P7 after winning himself 9 positions from the start, so both Uni Virtuosi boys have managed to do quite well for themselves from the start of this race. Sure, driver of the day so far, MC Gamer, a lot of fights, a lot of positions won. Doing very good for himself. Ben, once in the lead, I believe he's going to retain it if nothing horrible happens. Bruma, also solid race, no mistakes so far. Magic Foot Cannon, unfortunate penalty, but so far keeping P3 on track with Bosmos on his tail. Bosmos on a charge to reclaim, to try and get back at least a bit of what he lost. But already, oh my, that was insane overtaking. Bosmos just flew past Magic Foot Cannon, and he is now literally on the podium. 2 laps to go to catch Bruma. I don't think he can do it, but well, you never know. Wesley trying to outbrake Fisco, banging wheels, and Bosmos takes back the fastest lap of the race. Look at these guys. This is an interesting fight. Fred is trying to join the fight also. This is an interesting train. Nice fight developing for P7, but in the meantime, Bosmos, our unlucky former leader, has managed to catch up to Bruma quite a lot, and he is going to have a lap and a half to get past, and as it stands, he's gonna make the move pretty soon. Can Carlin stay on the top step of the podium? On the top 2 steps, actually. Even with that bad luck from before. Bosmos taking his time. Gonna try on the outside again. Bruma says, no, not this time. You're gonna have to work a lot harder than that. So one lap for Boss Mods to get past. Can he do it? If they had DRS assistance, this would have been easy to accomplish without. Boss Mods is going to have to find traction somewhere where Bruma doesn't. Bruma gets a good exit out of the Degnas, while Brent gets himself a penalty. Bruma going pretty wide there. Bosmos doesn't manage to profit from it. Bruma will surely hope to hold on until the end of this lap. And this is basically the last part where Bosmos can try and find a way past. Oh, Bruma has a small moment that might just give Bosmos the edge here. This is it. This is the fight for P2 in the race. Bruma goes wide himself. And oh, Bruma, that was a bit of elbow showing. And Bosmos comes to the line in P5. He didn't have a penalty? How did that happen? We get Magic Poop Cannon on the podium with MC Gamer, an incredible P4 after starting in the back of the grid. Bosmos, as I said, P5, Brent in P6, comes Wesley, Fesco, Fretty, Bogarovsky in P10, and the rest of the field after that. Well, I would say the driver of the race is clearly MC Gamer with an incredible recovery from P19 to P4. Very weird about Bosmos. He didn't have penalties and still ended up P5. I don't know why that happened. But anyway, we are getting ready for the sprint race. Yep, this is clearly our driver of the day. Ben winning the race from his unlucky teammate. Bosmos at least keeps. And again, he's not showing any penalties. He did cross the line in P3. What could have happened? We're just gonna wait for the sprint race to start. So we're gonna have a sprint race of 11 laps. Obviously, reverse grid positions with Fisco in pole position, Wesley in P2, Brent in P3, Bossbots in P4, second line of the grid. We have a third line of the grid formed of the Ardan boys, MC Gamer and Magic Poop Cannon. Bruma and Ben, obviously in P7 and 8. Pretty and Bogarovsky rounding up top 10. We now have Jordan, Marius, Daniel, Multirab, Cotton Eye Joe, Skipper, Big Bear, Magic, Kappa, Phil, Asmith, and Turbo Clausen. A lot of drivers being disqualified. Don't know what happened there. Drivers taking their places on the grid for the second race of the evening. 11 laps, no pit stops. Well, hopefully no pit stops, as that would mean a front wing change, and that would suck for the one involved. So here we are, we have lights, we have 3, 4, 5 lights, and we are racing, ladies and gentlemen. Fisco leads the field into T1 with Wesley alongside him. Already moves through the field. Ben and MC Gamer alongside. Multirab retiring, and we already have a yellow flag. What could have happened there? Cotton Eye Joe is in the gravel. Ben has lost some positions. He's not going to be happy about it. Everyone is looking extremely furious in the field. And at this point, Fiscal, again, a yellow flag, and that's Big Bear losing the car. Everyone is going to try and make a move. Oh, Bruma coming with a big, massive dive. This has been a huge dive bomb from Bruma. Lucky for him, he does make it stick. But we have Pogorowski in the pits. Unfortunate, as I said. Only reason to go in the pits is a front wing change. Changing tires. Another yellow in sector 2. Hopefully it's only a slow car. Yes. Still have Fiscal in the lead with Wesley behind him. Brent in P3 for now and Bruma in P4. That was a massive dive bomb from Bruma earlier. Bossmods P5, and he will hope to gain something from this race. MC Gamer already having a very good evening after that recovery race. Now getting fast. Almost Freddy with the fastest lap of the race. So unfortunate for multi-wrap. Don't know what happened there. Big Bear gets the fastest lap of the race right now. Cotton Joe is in the pit lane. I don't know why, but I'm assuming it's the same problem that Bogorowski managed to have early on. There's a long train, anything can happen in it. Kappa's feature race started off extremely well and ended miserably. He's now left to fight for P12 with Phil. Smith doing surprisingly better than his much faster teammate. Clearly a string of bad luck for Big Bear. He will bounce back as he usually does. Meanwhile, Bruma almost losing the car, has a moment there. And that's another yellow. What could have happened? Ben and MC Gamer. Oh my, this is a lot of stuff is happening. Everyone is trying to overtake, like, literally anywhere. And another yellow. And it's MC Gamer. Oh, he's gotten himself a bit of a bad luck after the great race he's done in the future. He still has his entire front wing, so can try to recover something. Ben chasing his teammate now, Magic Poop Cannon. While Bruma gets himself a penalty that will prove to be costly at the end of this race. Well, Wesley manages to get past Fiscal. I must admit, you don't very often see this kind of action in Formula One. There's or trains formed that go so close to each other. This makes it even more interesting. Boss was trying to make a move on Brent. Can't really stick it there. Still has a lot of laps to go. Can still try. Everyone is having DRS up until P5, so can't really shake the guy behind and can't really close up enough to make the move. Skipper gets himself speeding in the pit lane. Cotton Eye Joe manages to put in the fastest lap of the race with a 142.3. Obviously, new tires. While Bruma manages to get past Fiscal. And Brent coming from behind does the same thing. Boss Moss manages to get past. And he puts himself back on the podium. Fiscal and Brent bang wheels for a bit. Is Boss Moss going to try and get P2? He finds himself again in the back of Bruma. This time with 4 laps to spare and DRS. What he didn't manage in the rain in the feature race might try and get done in the sprint. Oh, Phil. That was not what you were hoping for, I'm sure. Oh, Boss Moss. Boss Moss loses out and he will not make the pass this time around because he's lost that window where he could have been a lot closer for the RS, but he does try it in the S's. Oh my, Bruma, again a close call. So, changing a wing, probably. We do have a few drivers that we haven't actually mentioned tonight. Unfortunately, they had maybe solitary races or not have been involved in the fights, like Jordan and Marius, who have a fight of their own right now. We will still have to go to Boss Mods, who is trying to get past Bruma, and he is hoping he gets a better exit from the spoon, and he's surely going to be forced on the outside. Does have a chance now with DRS. Is he close enough? DRS wide open. Wheel to wheel. That's not wheel banging, that's elbow banging between the two drivers, but Bosmos does make the move finally. And look at Bosmos, he's run away from Bruma as the second he managed to get back. Already built himself a 1 second gap. He took Bruma out of DRS. Trying to chase Wesley, I don't think that's going to happen. But Kappa is on the fastest lap right now, has put on the soft tire. Bogarowski had to pit again, unfortunately, for him. And we have Beck chasing Fesco for P5. He's gonna hope to get as many points as he can. If he gets P5 in the sprint after winning the feature race, this is something he can call a very good weekend for him. And the move gets done right before the assist. We do have another yellow. I don't know who that can be. Maybe Big Bear again. I don't know. Magic trying to chase Freddy for that on-track position, but he's got a penalty, so all he can hope for is to keep that gap to Marius bigger than 3 seconds. Oh, Marius gets himself in a 3 second. Oh my! Jordan gets past Marius, who did make a mistake there. And MC Gamer is gonna scrounge up a point from this one also with Marius's penalty, and Bosmos gets another fastest lap of the race. Can he make it 2 in a row? Bosmos has managed to reduce the gap to Wesley quite a lot. But he's gonna run out of time and laps to catch him. But clearly a contender in this Formula 2 championship. Solid race from Brent as well. Even though he did lost a position. Oh my, that was a bit scary. Bosmos is flying. If he hadn't run out of time and laps, he would have definitely caught Wesley, or Wesley had just slowed down because he knew nothing can happen anymore. And yep, Wesley is past the line with Bosmos in P2. Bruma, second podium of the evening, same as Bosmos. No, Bruma is actually... Yes, I think Bruma had penalties. But anyway, so Brent on the podium with Ben in P4. This has been an outstanding evening for Ben. Well, actually for Carlin, because even if Bosmos lost out on the win in the first race, he did get 2 podiums in one evening, so this has been great for him. And I'm sure Carlin is on the top of the constructors. Yes, MC Gamer also scrounges up a point after Mario Diagonal's penalty, and does manage to get himself 2 points paying positions in one evening. Definitely. Fisco, our pole sitter in the sprint race, only gets home in P6. And this has concluded the first round of the Formula 2 season. We are going to go to Vietnam for the next round, and we will see each other next Friday, obviously. with the same grid. And surely congratulations to Wesley, our winner in the sprint race. Bosmots and Brent as well. All in all, unlucky evening for Bosmots, but on the bright side, he has shown extremely good pace. 2 fastest laps, both in the feature race and the sprint. Very, very solid performance for his teammate Ben, win in P4. An extremely nice recovery for MC Gamer tonight, and very, very close racing from everyone, and extremely entertaining. So we are looking forward for the next race. Yes. So this has concluded our session for tonight. We have Wesley, Bosmots, Brent, Ben, Bruma, Fisco, Fretty, Magic Poop Cannon, all taking points from this race. So there we are. We thank you for this evening, and see you on the RLH YouTube channel next Friday for the Hanoi second race of the season. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching, and have a nice evening.